Been looking forward to doing this presentation on Asset Insight Manager. I understand that within the FM industry, our CAFM systems are often not what we need, but it's what we have to put up with. They're often obsolete, out of date, and very expensive tools that can often be a hindrance rather than a help. With this software, you will find that this is not only a software that's designed to work with you, it's software where the company actually wants you to succeed with it. As such, you're not only buying a bit of software and being abandoned when they update to version 7 or whatever, and then go, oh well, you've got to spend X amount to update. You've got software that is looking to develop with you and develop your business. It's scalable. It's also scalable on a budget. So you're not spending a fortune up front. You can start with running alongside another CAFM system to see if it suits your needs, get an understanding of how it works, but also it's got remote monitoring and many other things. So let's get started with our presentation. What are we going to cover in this presentation? What is Asset Insight Manager, Facility Location and Insight, Summary, Visualize. We won't be doing a DCIM, which is for data centers, but we will be doing assets, risks, maintenance module, life cycle, reports, and live condition monitoring. What is AIM? AIM is a fully customizable cloud-based CAFM system that enables the users to quickly identify problem assets using risk, maintenance and live monitoring assessments. AIM offers a full visibility of all your buildings, systems and assets on your PC, phone or tablet. It offers risk registers and mitigation to manage, visualize, identify and prevent risks, and will send instant email and text messages when assets need attention. Bear in mind, you can also adjust this so that if you've got a BMS problem that's a regular issue, which does happen on sensors, you can flag that there's a problem with it and it won't keep sending you that email, but it will identify it. You can adjust that to suit your needs the needs of the business. AIM is the first step towards a trouble-free running of your business. I agree 100% on this because I work in asset management, and what I find is if the asset register isn't done properly and loaded properly into the CAFM system, and then the CAFM system isn't kept up to date, didn't get all the right information at the beginning, then things slowly go wrong or go wrong from day one, because everything in that CAFM system tells you how many engineers you need, what engineers you need, what equipment you need. It's the base of any contract. The first screen you'll come up with is a facility location and insights. This screen shows you on a UK map or Middle East map, wherever you are, this will identify where your locations are, so that from a help desk point of view, geographically they get a rough idea where things are, because I know engineers sometimes get frustrated being told to go to Cardiff when they're in central London, etc., because of the distance, but sometimes people aren't geographically aware of locations. An overall performance is displayed relating to all site alarms, capacity, V's demand, SPOFs, which is a single point of failure, risk of mitigation, Open FMEA, failure mode effect analysis, items, and DCIM, cabinets over capacity. That's it. The DCIM is all to do with the data center stuff, so push that to one side. You can also see a summary of key information relating to the individual sites using the site navigation boxes on the left. As you can see here, there's some red highlighted which says there's some problems on those sites. You click on them, it opens up the sites, and then you can identify what the problems are on each one. As we zoom down into an individual site, you can see its full breakdown of the building infrastructure, electrical, mechanical, fire, BMS, security systems, lifts, and pretty much anything else you want adding in there. On top of that, all the contact information for the site manager, the assistant manager, supervisors, etc., whatever you need in there, because different sites need different requirements, because you may have a health and safety manager, etc. So as such, the software can be adapted for your business. On the Visualize dashboard, you get a quick visualization of what's going on. Monitored assets, for example. Not all assets need to be monitored. as such, you don't need everything in front of you. It just overcomplicates things. But here we can see our critical monitored assets and the asset alarms. Risks and risks without mitigation. We've got building energy metering. We've got power utilization capacity vs demand for mains, DC and UPS. We have overview of charts for the month and year, so you can predict or look at where you're using your most energy, as such can look for reductions. Here we have our reliability block diagram. RBD offers a bird's eye view of plant and equipment with or without redundancy, i.e. if a unit was to fail, would you have a backup in its place? All systems mapped out by building and room locations, color-coded risk identifier. Red is single point of failure, yellow point with a single reserve system or power supply, and green 2 or more reserve systems, power supplies or no risk to critical equipment. Now we move on to the assets. Asset displays everything from critical plant, chillers, boilers, etc. to building systems, your lighting, your firefighting, etc. and roof to floor, which is your fabric, your windows, your doors. You can view an asset's warranty status, determine an asset's condition, see what assets are being monitored, view life cycle information, view assets' age bands, filter out assets that you have particular interest in. This is something I work in. I've spent over 10 years in assets, from managing to putting CAFM data together, etc. This is a system that is not only current, but has the advantage that the business actually wants to develop it alongside you. When we go down into individual assets or asset groupings, we start to see its assets number, its location, its data hierarchy, the images for that particular asset, the life cycle information, including its cost for replacement, work orders and maintenance regimes, so you can identify if it's a problem unit. You've got the CFC related information, such as the F-gas log, so that you know that you're compliant with the F-gas register. Moving on to risk and mitigation. Risk and mitigation helps to identify potential risks within your plant and infrastructure. Assigning a right risk score, you can easily identify high, medium and low risk items, but also learn the required actions to mitigate these risks. We work with you to identify risks and agree solutions to mitigate the risks. Easy to use grid matrix with color-coded severity levels, and as threats become stable, they move over to the mitigation risk matrix and adjusted accordingly. See our example risk report and how we determine the best route to mitigation. It shows the risks and potential events scenarios. See the risk scores vs the mitigated risk score. View the risk improvement plan and agree it prior to commencement. We're here to work with you in achieving a risk-free environment. By doing these risk assessments on your assets, we can identify where your risks are and do more preventative maintenance than reactive. The maintenance will aid the planning of PPM on all assets throughout. It identifies the best and worst performing assets, keeps track of their work orders, logs reactive maintenance, logs the MTBF, mean time between failures, but also it will make sure that you're up to date with all your compliance, your statutory and mandatory requirements that you have a legal obligation to keep up to date. The lifecycle module within the software offers you the ability to plan and budget for your asset replacement dates, shows a clear replacement date, shows a total cost to replace plant and assets on a year-by-year basis, takes into account history and condition of your plants. This allows you to go forward with a presentation to your client to make them aware of where the investment's going to be put and when it's due. It stops any surprises for anybody. The new reporting module allows the generation of bespoke business management reports, risk and finance reports, asset performance and lifecycle reporting, engineer performance and absence reporting, stock and tool shed reporting. Lots of information for internal use within your FM company, but also reports that you can take to your client to explain where they need to invest some money, where they need to do some forward planning, etc. Condition monitoring offers you live and meaningful data regarding the running conditions of your critical plant. It gives an early indication that a failure is likely to occur, learn how your plant best performs, detects and alerts you of any abnormal operation conditions, vibrations, acoustics, temperature, and power monitoring as standard. Alerts via email and text. So it's looking for changes on your equipment because it will take a period of time and see how that equipment performs on a regular basis. As such, if it gets any changes, it can identify and flag them to you to make you aware that there seems to be a problem. The live condition monitoring solution is almost completely wireless. It only requires a power outlet per asset. Sends data via RF, radio frequencies, meaning simple installation with minimum disruption. Can be viewed on a PC, tablet or smartphone. Easily integrates with any CAFM system or simply stands alone. Bespoke monitoring solutions are also available. Here are our monitoring systems. On top of that, we've actually got a new battery type system as well, so you don't need to put a socket by every asset now. We've actually developed this for a particular client and now able to offer it to everyone else as well. The functionality of the system can either be a one-stop shop for everything, or it can be a bolt-on system to your existing CAFM system. It can also manage payroll, it can manage engineer, on-the-road management, etc. The whole point of this system is it's modular. Modular basically allows it to expand out to whatever your business needs or be as little as your business needs. It's also scalable, so if you only had 2 buildings this month and then next month you had 500, the whole software can expand to suit. So if you'd like to discuss it in more detail, please get in touch.